Welcome to Overtime, the podcast. Overtime is a podcast dedicated to all things watches, particularly in the micro-brand and affordable range. I'm Praka, and this is my co-host, Justin.
We are two watch enthusiasts based out of Perth, Western Australia. Join us as we discuss our thoughts on new releases, share our personal experiences, and offer our insights on building a collection.
Whether you're a seasoned enthusiast or just starting your journey, Overtime will keep you entertained with informative insights and casual conversations.
Let's get started.
So, Justin, how you going, mate?
Hey, man, doing pretty good on this Tuesday evening. How about yourself?
Yeah, mostly I'm going all right, just getting a cool change in weather finally. It's been a long time coming. Definitely welcome that. But as usual, whenever that happens, change in weather, we all starting to feel a bit bit under the weather, so to speak. So yeah, experiencing a little bit of that. But apart from that, we're looking good.
Yeah, nice. I think, today, first day in 3 odd months that Perth CBD itself got rain.
Yeah.
I think the northern suburbs got smashed last week.
Yeah.
Or the week before.
A couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, for Perth, north to south, and including some of the wheatbelt areas, it's the first time in this year as well, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see. We need more of this stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
There's been enough of it.
Yeah, exactly.
As we found out this afternoon.
Yes, that's right. Got a bit wet. But it was good. No, it's good to catch up today as well in person. And
for sure, it's been a while.
It has been a while. Yes, just I guess not just checking out watches, but also just thinking about what we're upcoming stuff. Chat about what we're going to do, which is always, is always a bit of fun. And looking forward to the other things that we've got upcoming. So before we crack on and get too far into the episode, what's on your wrist, mate?
Right now, nothing. I did a mad dash around the yard and sea sold or fertilized the garden. I got home hoping to give it a boost. Nice. And I just took my watch off and I did that because I was wearing the Citizen Tsuyosa in teal for the day, and I thought, clanging and banging around the garden, maybe not the right choice, so I took it off. Yeah,
an integrated sports watch in the garden is probably not the best choice, but yeah, well done. I saw that today. It was awesome. Such a vibrant dial. The teal is it's not a lot of watches out there with that kind of dial in that price range for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, there's plenty of the Tiffany teal colorway these days, but I think the market got very saturated with a standard color, and the aggressive fume on the Citizen does it very well.
Yeah, agreed.
What about yourself? What's on the wrist tonight, mate?
Whoa, I have been rocking another integrated watch today, the Direnzo DRZ04 Mondial. Decided to put on something a bit bright in such a gloomy day. I thought, I'll wear a purple dial today. And it's, what can I say? It's a fantastic piece. It was perfect for the office today.
Yeah. And you put up very, very nice wrist shot into red bar this morning as well.
Yeah, it was the not direct light, but it was through some reflections off a building, so it worked out pretty well.
Perfect. Better than the cafes.
Definitely better than cafes. Oh, all right. Well, let's crack on with today's episode, shall we? So it's been a while since we've done this, and one of the things we promise, and I guess we say in every intro to the episode, is that we will not only talk about watches, but we'll also talk about building collections. So therefore, we're going to do a building a collection episode. Previously, last season, I think episode 19, we did a $1,500 US collection, which is good. I think we stretched our budget. Well, I went over budget, you went under budget. Overall, we had a pretty good collection there, and we thought, you know what, things are getting a bit tighter. Let's go a slightly smaller budget this time around. Yep. So we've got a $1,000 US collection, which I think still is a fantastic I guess, budget to grab one, if not many, cool pieces. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, Justin, kick us off, mate. What have you got up first?
All right. Yeah, I guess before we start with it, I was pretty surprised when searching through everything how much you can really fit into $1,000 budget as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
if you're keen to play along at home, see what your options are.
Well, sure. And like before, I will be keeping a little Excel tally of the values of the the budget. At the end, we'll do a quick sum to see whether we went over or under. So yeah, those will play along. And yeah, obviously, as always, show notes are always populated. We'll have all the links to where you can purchase them or just check them out.
Perfect. All right, let's go. So I'm going to kick my $1,000 collection off with a diver. And I went with the Phoebus Voyager 200-meter automatic diver. And I went in the black and gilt colorway. Phoebus has been a brand that's caught my eye many a time on YouTube and in forums and also just on the website. I think their website's great. But also bang for buck. I think Phoebus is in that realm of Zillos and whatnot and offers a lot of texture, color, innovation. They play with materials, play with design. And for 309 USD, I think this is a pretty killer choice.
Yeah, that's a great shout for a solid diver. I've not handled Phoebus before, but they just seem to have so many offerings, so many dial options, so many, and look pretty well made as well. Any particular colorway that you would the black and gilt?
Black and gilt, black and gilt, and I really enjoyed the black gilt and then the red. I know I had a bit of a gripe about this in last episode doing the colored text with the red date wheel, but I think I did say red on black would have suited more than red on white, and this is what this has done. I like that the triangle marking on the bezel is red, the automatic is red, and then the date text is red, and it all lines up through the center of the watch. I really like it.
Yeah, it does. It's got good symmetry in it. Cool logo. just
I love Phoebus logo. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And
their design language is awesome. Like everything from their the indices handset into that logo, it all just works very well.
Yeah, it's an interesting set of indices. There's like a diamond indices with a slightly elongated tip. It's almost like I don't know, like a what do you call those fish that have the I guess teeth that is it a barracuda? I don't know.
Yeah, barracuda.
Kind of looks like it.
Yeah, they are kind of like teeth, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of look like a sea monster or something, which I guess makes sense for a dive watch. And
actually, you could be onto something if you look up the mouth of an octopus, which is the logo. I think you're onto something there. They do have like a beak that kind of encloses into like a cone type thing.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Easter egg in watch number 1.
Yeah, maybe just a bit. Yeah, that's terrifying. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Don't Google up. Don't Google mouth of octopus and stuff. There's some pretty, terrifying photos, but nice first.
Yeah, I think for 309, if you scroll down in the photos there, you got your crown as a logo, your case back has a logo, your clasp has a logo. It's an adjustable clasp. Loom is great. I think for 309 USD, this is a bargain.
Yeah, and obviously the bulletproof NH35. Movement, if you got your lot, right? Double dome, sapphire, crystal, AR, 39mm case as well. Like 45 lug to lug, so it's compact.
Classic diver.
Yeah, and what I like about Phoebus is they don't, how do you say it? They're not hiding the fact that they're a Chinese brand. I mean, they quite say, hey, we're a Chinese brand, and it's cool to see because the likelihood is many micros probably use Phoebus's manufacturing capability or adjacent to. So it's good to see, and I think it's a solid choice.
Yeah, and their price reflects that too. Their price reflects where it's made, what it's about, and like you said, there's no hiding any crap in it.
Yeah. No, awesome.
Sweet.
Great.
All right, what's on the list for yourself?
All right. So I decided to open up with something a little bit different. So this is a chronograph. It's a chronograph that's got screw down crown and 100-meter water resistance. So you kind of can take it water into the water as well, or just sort of anything. So it's by a brand called Hook watches. So POOK watches, and the model is called Nitrogen. All right. So yeah, so I actually saw this watch in person at a Red Bar event, and this person who's never been to their first Red Bar event, pulled this watch, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool! I've never seen this before. Tell me more about it." And he just said, "Oh, yeah, it's a Finnish brand, and it's relatively cheap, but it's pretty cool." And I said, "Yeah, it is cool because and basically it's a Seiko Mecha Quartz movement in it. It's a Mecha Quartz chronograph, which are there's plenty of them out there.
I love them, yeah.
But it's really well designed. I mean, look at the date window and how it sort of sits there. It's sort of like open. It's not just a small date window. It's quite large. Or you got your date display and your 24, is it 24 hour seconds? Yeah. So you do have your sub dials as well. And yeah, 100-meter water resistance, screw down crown, Swiss Super Luminova, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's just a cool, I guess, a little quirky watch. And what I liked about this as well is their story. They're a Finnish micro brand. There's not a lot of watches out of Finland. There's a couple really good. I mean, Sapaneva is a big one, and also what's the other one? Like SUF, SUF, which is I think like an adjacent. Is that adjacent?
They do some cool stuff.
Yeah, which obviously is more of the higher end stuff.
Yeah.
So this one I really liked. It's based out of I think Eastern Finland, and the guy who started the watch company really got into it because his dad was a diver. His dad used to work in commercial diving. He used to work in the oil and gas industry doing underwater diving, underwater welding, and basically he spent a lot of time with his dad doing dives as well. In fact, Citizen was like the first watch. The dive watch was a Citizen that the dad used to have.
Right.
And then basically out of all that, his love for watches came around, and then eventually I guess he was a watch enthusiast, and then he decided, hey, I'm going to make my own watches. And they've got some really cool dive watches as well. But I thought in the interest of having more money in this collection, I thought, let's go with the chronograph. Let's go with something different. But they do definitely have a lot of dive watches.
Oh, they got heaps, yeah.
Check out as well. But yeah, I really, really enjoy their design language. It's a bit different. You don't really see much of this sort of design out there.
No, don't. What color were you going for?
The Nitrogen 1, which is it's like a green, orange, brown mix. It does sound very weird, listeners, but it's trust me, it works. The color combo works.
Yeah, it's very cool and quirky. Like you said, there's a lot going on the dial.
Yes.
I don't know where to look on it straight away. I do like it. I like the waves. I like the orange and green does weirdly work. It's hard, like you said, it's hard to picture, but it does weirdly work.
Yeah.
But like you said, very cool, quirky, very similar case to the Stratton Yacht Racer.
Yes.
That I had as well.
Yes.
But it definitely sings out 70s vibes for sure.
Which is what they're going for, 70s vibes. That's when he's, in the 70s is when I think his dad, I guess he was born, and that's kind of the era he's lived through all those cool watches through his dad. So yeah, I really like it. And it's, run by a small, just two guys. I think it's the guy who's founded it, who's Andreas, who's the chief designer, and then the watchmaker Johnny. So yeah, it's cool. They put it together themselves, I really like the story behind it as well. So today's not my pick. It's not just because of the watch. I like the story as well. So, and that comes in at $214 US.
Yeah, that's a bargain, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. 330 Australian dollars for those playing along at home.
Very cool. All right. So my next pick, I had to go with a Citizen because of my newfound love. Well, not newfound. We spoke a lot of good about Citizen over the past year.
Yeah.
But my finally commitment to them. I went with a watch I have actually tried on. I considered buying in person a few months ago now. The Citizen Eco Drive BM7550-10E.
You're gonna have to drop a link to me, my man, because
Yeah, it's I don't even know what to call this or any type of reference. It's just I'm dropping it now. There we go. So this is a bit of a pilot, it's a bit of a field, what I would kind of wear to work if I was building a budget off of $1,000 collection.
oh, it's
So
nice.
stainless steel, I tried on not this exact one. I tried on one which had a bit of a darker finish. I think I spoke to you on the phone right after I tried it on. And I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of that darker DLC coated finish, but I am a big fan of the stainless steel variant.
Mm.
But yeah, basically there's a lot going on. I think it's more pilot than field, but I think can be used for both. But for the idea of my collection, it's a work watch. It's take the kids to the park, gardening, that type of stuff. I like the kind of Hessian sailcloth, whatever that
Yeah.
band is.
It's basically like would it be sailcloth?
I don't think it would be.
Yeah. That's like a rubber underlay
Yeah, rubber
and like
backed.
rubber backed and then like a woven sort of Hessian strap. Yeah.
Yeah,
It really
but yeah,
works.
I like it creamy indices and numerals and barred indices with a triangle up top.
Mm.
And I think my favorite thing about this watch, the orange highlights. I've got a thing for orange at the moment, and the date wheel being color matched with the dial, but that orange ring around it. I think that's a cool way of adding a bit of color to the date wheel function. You don't have to do the backing itself or the text itself. They've just got an orange date wheel which matches the end of the indices.
I didn't even notice the date wheel until you told me.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
It's like, I mean, is it just me? What date is that trying to show us? That's just a 7.
What date? It's a 7. Yeah, it's a 7.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Here I am trying to read it like in an angle. So yes, that's just my eyes. I think I'm just looking like what's going on.
The image isn't great if you're on the star by.
Yeah.
Yep. The image isn't great, but yeah, it is a 7.
Yeah. No, that's a fantastic. Yeah, and Eco Drive, solar. Yeah, and it's also got the, what do you call it? The compass bezel as well.
Yeah, I really like the crown. Like it's like a really traditional pilot style crown, but it's at the 4 o'clock, which I'm a big fan of the 4 o'clock crown.
Yeah.
And date. And yeah, at a price of, it was 127 USD. It is, yeah, no explanation needed why it's in the collection as an everyday wearer. You can beat it up.
Yeah, that's it's an absolute bargain. $127 and it looks like it wears really well as well. I mean, it looks fairly thin. And how big is it? 43, which is I guess on the larger side, but a watch like this where it's quite busy, you don't really want it to be too small either.
Exactly.
You want legibility, and this gives you legibility. And the 14, like I said, the 14er lume plots on the indices and the strap together as well goes really well together. This is a great pick.
Yeah, and Citizen give their 5-year warranty. 5-year warranty on 127 USD watch is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's a bargain.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will go my second one. So I decided to go with a Garter watch next. First one being a bit of a, I guess, not so Garter, so I thought I'll go with Garter. Yeah, so this is the Nodus. So it's a Nodus Sector Sport in the Frost style. So it's currently not available. It will get restocked pretty soon. So it's a summer 24, which is in the US, so in the next month maybe. So yeah, it's not far off being restocked. Comes in at 475 450 or 475, $475. Yep. So yeah, you're talking about a 100-meter water resistant screw down crown, like everyday wearer, 38 mil dial, like I guess a 369, Explorer style sort of field watch, but also an everyday watch as well. You can screw down crown, so you can go on the water, you can do whatever you want. Bracelet is just looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. Looks comfy.
And also it's got the proprietary clasp as well. I think we spoke about this, the Nodus clasp. Nodus is fantastic. It's got the micro adjust, but the way they do it is they keep the clasp so compact because the micro adjust, I guess the element is on the inside of it. I don't know how to explain it really well, but basically it's very compact. It makes it very compact, and it's just a hands-on watch. The indices just like stand out. They pop out, don't they? Like it's not flat. There's a lot of dimension that you're getting from this.
Yeah, I think
dial.
with those applied indices with the center circle, there's 3 layers of depth to the dial, which is a huge plus when looking at it from front on.
Yeah, even if you see the photo it's sort of like an angled down photo. So you're looking at it from an angle below, like looking up at the watch, you can just see the depth of the dial where the minute track is like, the dial is like depressed with the minute track, sort of sticking out, almost like a concentric circle, like a bowl shaped dial.
Yeah.
And then the glass, the crystal as well. Yeah, I think just a flat sapphire crystal, and it's got a domed underside, so it gives you that illusion. So
lots of distortion. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Distortion, and the macro shots look incredible as well.
I think my favorite part about this watch is the indices being applied in black on a frost dial. I think it's done really well in the micro space. You don't really see it in the mainstream watches with a white dial, but black and white, obviously, for easy to see reasons. And then that little hint of blue on the sector text itself, that blue on polar, it's pretty. I think that was even the watch we spoke about last week, the GMT. Notice that was polar with the same color blue.
That's right.
It just works, and why change if it's not broken?
Yeah, that was my reasoning of going Nodus. I was really inspired by last week's episode.
That watch, it's been on my brain.
Really want it. But then the price of that watch, I was like, I can't really justify putting that in the collection. It'll just become like a one watch collection very quickly.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, let's see what else they've got. And I really went with this. And I like the fact that the crown, some people may not like this, but the crown is big in this.
Yeah, it's big, It works.
I think it works because if you want a field watch, you want it to be, usable. You want the crown to be, I feel like it just works. And it gives me vibes. Maybe I like it a lot because of the color and the bezel and stuff. Reminds me of my Astra and Banks a little bit. Obviously, two very different watches, but it has a lot of similarities in it as well. And 47 mil lug to lug, so probably in the top end of what I could wear. However, which is a good thing because even people with bigger wrists can wear this comfortably, even if it is a 38 mil dial, 47 mil lug to lug. So I would say, this is good for pretty much most people's wrists, which is rare to see.
Yeah, for sure. And final point, BGW9 looks fantastic on a frost or white or polar dial.
Oh yeah,
you can't beat it.
Definitely can't beat it. Yes, it just looks so clean. Yeah, and obviously the movement is an NH movement. It's a NH38 no date dial, which is again robust, and it is also regulated by them in-house before they send it out, which is cool to see. Yes, it is a generic movement, but I think brands, like many brands, do this. Astra and Banks do this. They regulate in-house before they send it out. The Miyota movements, Alios does it with their Solida movements and other movements they use. So it just shows that they can use the, I guess, generic movements, but they can do better than what the the brands themselves are doing, i.e. Citizen and Seiko, where they don't regulate their movements.
That's a whole other topic.
I'll leave that for another day. Trust me, I've got gripes about that. But that's me so far. And just for those who are keeping count at home, I have used $689 US, and Justin's only used up 436. So expect some big hitters coming soon, mate. So on
Yep.
to you.
No, great choice in the Nodus. All right, so I'm going to move on to a Garter as well. What would I think is a Garter, my kind of style Garter? I went with the Relio Solstice sports watch. Now, it's kind of similar to the Nodus in terms of what the case looks like. I clicked on this one on the micro brand store itself. So this one here in the salmon dial, you can purchase for, it was $5.95 AUD. I'm just figuring it out, which ends up being about 388 USD.
Is it the copper dial?
The copper, yeah, copper,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So that one there. Yeah, so 388 USD. I went with the Solstice because I'm not really I am becoming, but I'm not really right now a Garter / dress watch type of person. I definitely lean more towards the sports and diver watches. But this one I think is a happy medium, which I kind of need in my collection. I can't go full dress, but yeah, this one here is a copper colored case, and I thought that was a fun way to include other, other materials or colored materials into a collection where it might be harder to obtain some different materials. And I think copper metal or color toned metal kind of works with this salmon dial.
Yeah.
So basically 38 mil watch, 46 mil lug to lug, 20 mil lug width using a Miota 9 series automatic. I think it ticks all the boxes to fit right into the $1,000 collection.
Yeah, no, it's a gorgeous color. Like you don't really see that kind of copper dial much. I mean, you see salmon, but not copper, and distinctly copper. And it's funny. I guess it also makes sense why you picked this kind of. I feel like the dial is very Citizen Tsuyosa.
You're right, actually. Yeah.
It's got the fume style. It's got the darker, darker dial near the minute track, and then it sort of comes in and it's got the sunburst effect. So I can see why you picked that, because you probably went, hey, that's kind of the flavor you're looking for. But I think it really works, and it's simple, it's clean, but also just enough to stand out. And this would be fantastic in the sun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it would. And if you ever look at some of the pictures as well, there's the case. There's some grooves cut out the side, so you get a bit of texture on there. On the case itself, I think the kind of standard sports bezel works really nice with the light play of the dial itself. And like we said in the last one, BGW9 works well with white and copper.
Yeah.
But this would be would serve multi-purpose if you're going out for dinner. But you can take this down the park. You can take this to footy. Coaching the little kids. There's a lot you could do with this watch.
Yeah, no, it's a great Garter, and I think it's funny that both of our pieces that we got very similar in a sense. The bracelet also with the H-Link style bracelet, which is exactly the same as the very similar to the Nodus. Obviously, the clasp system is a bit different, but there's also $100 difference as well between the two, so it does make sense. And you don't really see a lot of Relio watches, so yeah, great pick.
Yeah, I've not had anything to do with them. I just remember seeing someone upload an awesome photo in AWF of the grey dial of this, and was a big fan.
Yeah, no, great pick. And yeah, I said can't go wrong with the Miota 9 series movement as well, 9039, high beat. Yep, it's great movement. And I would probably go back and say if that Nodus Sector Sport had the Miota 9 series movement, it would just be that much better.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Great pick. All right, I'll move on and I'll go to my third pick. I'm guessing you're going to have more picks than me today.
I've got one more.
Oh, okay. All right. So we both had the same amount of picks then.
That's cool.
That's good to see. Okay, so I went with something a little bit different. I went with a dress piece from a Japanese micro brand called Knot.
Okay.
So this is the Knot Classic Moonface. So I'm going to send you the link so that you don't have to go around searching, because their website isn't the most easiest to navigate.
Okay.
I'll just say that. So Not is an interesting, yeah, it's an interesting brand. So when I think Japanese micro brands, I don't think a lot. There's Not, and then there's Kui. I don't know how to say it properly, but Kuoe. But there's plenty of
Yeah,
Japanese
yep.
independent brands. So I guess wouldn't say micro still, but not really. They're more sort of high end sort of stuff. There's plenty out there. But this one is a cool one, I think, because I wanted to include a dress watch that had a complication, because very often dress watches at sort of the lower price range, usually very simple, and there's not a lot going on. It's usually just a very simple, like the Orient Bambino, for example, always comes to my mind when I'm thinking an
Yes,
affordable
yeah.
dress watch, which is nothing wrong with it. Fantastic watch. But we've spoken to this all the time. So I thought, let's do something different. Let's get a complication in. And the complication is a moon phase complication. So I thought this was a great watch to have. It's a quartz. I sent you another link. So the first link was about the watch configuration itself, and the second link just sort of goes through and gives you a bit more. So it's a Miyota quartz movement in it, which comes with a moon face. Yeah, a moon face. So you can actually see, I guess, where is it the most useful complication? Not really, but is it
Does it
cool?
look cool? Yes.
Yes. I reckon it looks cool. And
Yeah.
I guess the only weird thing about this brand is all their watches come without a strap, but then you can add a strap. It's
Yeah, this website is full on, hey. It's
a
very
lot. It's a lot. It's a customized. So basically how they do it is very customized, in a sense that you pick your watch head, and then you pick your case, and then your strap, and then you pick your buckle, and then there's your watch. So this configuration that I've done, which obviously listeners, I'll chuck it in. So it is the CMP 34 SVIV. That's the model name. And then I've picked a nice blue leather strap. That's what is it called? It's some really nice leather looking strap. So I think it uses some sort of traditional Japanese leather. But yeah, it's tiny. It's not big. It's only 34 mil. It's 8 mil thick. It's 25 grams. It's light.
Jeez, yeah. Well,
but I thought this is something different, right? Something classy. Dress watches don't need to be big, and it does, and I think it captures it really well. Like the Roman numerals, the creamy dial, but the dial. Even though this watch, I haven't even gone to the price of this watch yet. So the price of this watch in this configuration is $194 US.
Yeah, you do. Even just looking at it, like on the branded image, you feel like you're getting a lot more.
Yeah,
than 195 USD.
Exactly, and it's made in Japan as well, right? It's made in Japan, and Roman numerals. The dial itself has a lot of texture in it. It's got that concentric circle in the middle with a bit of texture. I guess it's got levels to the dial as well, like it's like a stepped thing. I mean, it's probably not going to be everyone's favorite watch for sure, but I think for a dress watch from a micro brand, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I can't think of another moon phase complication in a micro or a mainstream brand that is around that price at all. Maybe if you're going towards MVMT and stuff, possibly, but
yeah, I mean, I think Citizen might have one, which would make sense because it is a Miyota.
It's Miyota, yeah.
Miyota it's a Miyota moon phase movement, which obviously is owned by the Citizen Group. But yeah, I mean, if the 34 mil isn't for you, there is a 38 mil as well, which is pretty much a similar price, maybe a little bit more. But which has got a triple calendar feature as well. So triple calendar and moon face, which is just nuts. Like,
that's a lot going on. I mean, I particularly wouldn't wear this. I don't think I could wear it, but I think it's so much value for money here. It gives me Lundy Blue vibes a little bit as well.
Yeah,
just off the top of my head. But yeah, I think very cool for the price point and something I've never heard of before. So I like that.
Yeah, I can't remember who put me onto them, but I just remember Googling. But yeah, this is definitely a cool thing to add. So yeah, that comes in, like I said, at 194 US dollars. So
Yeah,
yeah, that
very cool.
gets my total before we move on to your final one. I'm sitting at 884 US dollars.
Awesome. All right, let's crack on to the last piece of my collection. I went with a very safe option, but again, an option that I have considered buying as a fun watch in the past myself.
Yeah.
I went with the Casio MTP quartz, just Tiffany blue. I needed to throw a blue watch in there. I'm kind of in my blue watch era at the moment.
Sure.
I needed something that was fun, small, that kind of like your previous watch. It looks more than what it's worth. People think it's more than what it's worth because of the colorway alone. But yeah, I went with the one that you can purchase from City Beach here in Australia because it is 150 AUD, but when spending $150 with City Beach, you get a 25% off. So that brought the price in USD right down to $73, which I thought was pretty, yeah, I couldn't go past it.
You use the code SAVE IT.
Use the code SAVE IT, and you can, save you 25% off when spending over $150.
Nice. So what's the price in US dollars, did you say?
73.
Mate.
Nothing to it. And it's just one of those ones that even if you look at it's City Beach, and for anyone overseas that don't know what City Beach is, it's just a bit of a surf store. I bought a lot of stuff from there as a kid, still do. My son gets his clothes from there as well. But even the rendered image here of, it's a wrist shot on a there's a jumper sleeve in the background. It's just a gorgeous, fun little watch. Don't really know what else to say about it because it's very plain and simple, but it's in the collection for that reason.
Yeah, I guess this covers your dress
if you need it.
Yeah, as well. If needed, and yeah, I mean, it hits that color. Fluted bezel. It's that budget. I guess like a Tiffany Datejust vibes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does it really well. I mean, I dare say that the bracelet looks awful, but who cares? It's 100 and what was it again? US dollars?
73 US dollars.
It's a 73 US dollar
Speaking
watch.
on the bracelet, if you look at the picture on the website, the man wearing the watch has no hairs on his wrist whatsoever. So for him, it might be okay. But I think for the rest of us who may not shave the wrists, it could be quite rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that brings my total to around 897. And I thought $100 for shipping for all those probably rounds it out pretty nicely. It keeps me under budget without having to pay extra, which was a conversation we had at coffee today. So it keeps me a lot under budget.
There you go. I respect that. I did not count for shipping. I'm just saying, you guys. Yeah, sorry about that. But $899 US dollars is well under the $1,000 US dollar collection, and you could probably chuck in a G-Shock in there as well, and you're good to go.
I did think about throwing in a Casio or something there, but I think reflecting my collection at the moment, I've got a G-Shock in. I've got the one G-Shock Square, and it makes a very rare appearance. Like it's maybe one every 3 months, and I just thought, it is what it is. Everyone probably would tack a G-Shock onto that collection, but I just wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I am going to tack a G-Shock onto that collection. I thought, I've got a chronograph that's sporty. I've got a Scarta watch. I've got a very traditional dress watch. So I thought let's round it off with a fully, G-Shock, proper G-Shock. So I went with the GBD 200-1. So in sort of, still that classic square, the square G-Shock, except with a bit more functionality. I think this is, going back and looking into my own collection, and I have a Square G, the DW5600 series, which is we both have the exact same watch. And the one thing that I did wish that it would have is a bit more functionality in terms of, I guess, exercise stuff. And this gives you that. And it's got your heart rate. You can do what else can you do on it as well? Running as well. It does. yeah, so you've got training functions, you've got distance, speed, pace, lap times if you're doing swimming. It's got an accelerometer in it too.
Yep.
Can tell you your calories, and it's basically it's your Apple Watch functionality, except it's a G-Shock and it can take an absolute beating. It's not going to run out of battery every day, and it's not a smart watch either if you don't want it
It's
to
not
be.
dinging away all day. Yeah.
Exactly. You can connect it to your smartphone if you'd like, so that I guess you can gather all your stats, and you can also get messages and stuff sent through. But I would never do that because again, for me, it's like, yeah, already have so many things beeping at us all day. Let's not have another thing
Yeah.
beeping at us. And yeah, there's plenty of colorways to choose from, white, black, red, lime green, whatever you choose.
Purple, yeah, everything.
Exactly. And it's not massive either. I mean, it's a square G. I think it wears a little bit bigger than the traditional square Gs, DW600, but it comes at $110.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
You can't beat it. And it's just a robust, I think it rounds off your collection. You can have you basically can have everything for $1,000.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really like the red one, the red and black contrast there. And that's not special for 120
Australian dollars.
Yeah, Australian dollars. That's cheap as.
There you go. So that's a lot
Very
cheaper
cool.
than. Am I going to use that as my value then?
Yeah,
'Cause
you
then
chose the red one, didn't you?
yeah. So it was 120. So if I chose the red one, then it's 78 US dollars. So yes,
Bargain.
I went under my $1,000 limit. So
Perfect.
if I chose that, a little bit of manipulation going on, but either way, even if I went with the 120 US dollars or 78 US dollars, we're still under the $1,000 limit. I hit a grand total of 962. So
Perfect, man.
they're the 40 bucks
It's
for.
doable.
Yeah,
It's doable, and you can have a cool collection.
definitely, and a good mix. If you take both our collections together, a good mix of, I guess, classic brands, micro brands, and Casio. It's together.
It is crazy when you think about those two collections together. We're going to fall just under $2,000 in an eight watch collection.
Yeah.
There, like if you want variety out there, you need to stick to a budget, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
With the current cost of living crisis and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is doable, and you can get some cool stuff from some cool brands to fill those gaps. But for me, the Phoebus or the dive watch was going to be where the money went to. That's just what I like, and
Sure.
you can really build your collection around that one centerpiece that you want to spend more cash on, and cut costs elsewhere by going with some quartz options or some cheaper options like your Casios, but still get that full collection feeling.
Yeah, for sure. And that's I think I had a very similar thing. I centered it around the Nodus. Yes, it's not a dive watch, but I think in terms of functionality wise, you can still go to swim. You can do all
100%.
that stuff. And your other watches gave you what you needed. You got a chronograph function. You have a dress piece, and I've got 2 quartz movements in there, 3 if you count the G-Shock, and only one automatic movement. So yeah, I'm slowly beginning to, I guess, appreciate quartz movements, which is it's good to see.
Yes, we like it.
Yes.
No, I'm a fan.
No, fantastic. All right. Well, listeners, I hope that helped. If you guys were looking to build a $1,000 collection, we gave you 2 different options that you can choose from. And we would love to hear from you guys. Hit us up on Instagram and just ping us a message, and let us know what you would have in your $1,000 US collection.
For sure.
Cool. All right. Fantastic. Well, we've come to the part of the episode where we talk about something interesting. Justin, what have you got for us today?
I had nothing interesting this week. It's been tomorrow is the start of a new month. Today is the end of the current month, and it's just a flat out week for me. More, I haven't prepared anything. Not that nothing was interesting. I'm sure there was thousands of things that were interesting. It was just yeah, caught off guard by the weather this week. Work took a knock in football at the start of the week, so I wasn't working at
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, it is what it is this week. I apologise.
No, mate, that's absolutely fine. I think someone with a slight mild concussion can get away with that actually. So I'm going to add two. I'm going
Fire
to talk
away.
about
Yep.
two things. So the first thing is I recently was gifted a really cool little watch, and I thought it's from Japan. It's called I think it's called a gachapon. So, or is it gakapon? I don't really know how to say it. I think it's gachapon. So basically, it's like a vending machine, and you put in money into it, and it pops out, and it's just cool gear, like I don't know, little toys or little keychains or watches, and you can get little like Casio ring watches and all sorts of cool stuff. So, but yeah, so I've got gifted, yeah, from a good friend of the podcast as well, a calculator watch, which I thought was pretty
Awesome.
cool. And it's not like I guess the Casio calculator watches. It's a bit different. It's circular, and the the strap like can slide off it as well. And yeah, and the first thing was my son looked at it and was like, "This is so cool. Can I wear it to school?" And I was like,
Awesome.
yeah, sure, no worries. Let me make sure I'll use it for a little bit first, son, before you take it to take it to school.
Yeah, very
Uh,
cool.
yeah, so no, that was the first one there, and I guess the next one was a cool little phenomenon or an effect that I read about today. Not today, the other day. Actually, a friend shared this with me. So basically, it's called the Diderot effect or Diderot effect. I don't know how to say it
Okay.
properly. I will link to what it is. So Diderot effect. So yeah, so basically it's a phenomenon where when you when you get something new and then it leads to a spiral of consumption that results in getting more new stuff. And I think this basically sums up
Who are
watch
you
collecting.
calling out here?
I'm calling out myself. I'm calling out every single watch fam out there. And again, shout out to a friend of the podcast who shared this with me, and I went, "Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. This is
There's a name for the illness.
exactly, yeah, the Diderot effect." So
Okay.
yes, so yeah, spiral of consumption. You just keep getting more and more and more things. So yeah, well, keep collecting, watch fam.
That's life itself, isn't it? I feel like everything's a bit like that. You kind of get your hobbies and your niches. Like that's me with I got, I'm looking at four, quite high end fishing rods, and I probably have about 30 reels that have to be switched in and out between depending where we are, what we're doing. And they only get once a year, but I don't even question the price of them when purchasing or the thought of them just sitting there. It just is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Crazy.
it
Shoes
is.
as well.
Yeah, I know. We all have our vices, but I just thought it was really interesting, and it is named after a French philosopher, Denis Diderot, and it does say, yeah. So it was from the essay, and it says, "Regrets for my old dressing gown, a warning to those who have more taste than fortune." Yep,
Okay.
sums it up, doesn't it? Yep. So.
I'm just going to cry myself to sleep.
No, just spend within your means, guys. Don't go on credit. Don't go on credit card debt for watches. It's not worth it. It's not worth
No, but sell body parts, kidneys, livers, whatever you
it.
can.
Yeah,
Get
that's
rid of
fine.
them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever you don't need, you don't need. That's
Uh,
very cool. I like that.
yeah, no, I thought it was something a bit different. But yeah, any new Netflix shows, mate, that you've been watching?
I just started watching a show called Baby Reindeer. Have you heard anything about that?
I have, and yeah, I want to know what you think about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I have seen some stories about it.
It was hard to watch the first episode. It was very all over the place, just based on the Netflix blurb or description. I don't know if you call it a blurb. whatever, yeah, the description. Anyway, it was all over the place, and I couldn't really see where the story was going in the first episode in terms of the description. But after the first episode, it got me. It got me good. I do not want to spoil it because it's very new, but I'd highly recommend it. It's very, very good.
Okay, so and that's called what was it called? Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer. Yeah.
Okay.
Apart from that, my son is loving a show called Is It Cake? He's very good at Is It Cake as well. He really likes it. And there's a lot of baking discussion in our house at the moment. He seems to want to bake what's on there, even though we have no capacity to do so or skills to do so. But yeah, he's loving that show. And it is a good show. It's good to watch while you're just sitting there having dinner.
Yeah.
Want to watch some lighthearted stuff.
Yeah. No, the boys here like to, I think Is It Cake, or probably don't watch it. Yeah, we've seen it 1 or 2 episodes of that, but they like this other one, which is just like really bad, like 3 really bad cooks or bakers.
Is this Nailed It?
That's it. Nailed It.
That's the one. Yeah, we love that too. It's really good.
It's hilarious. Yeah, just hilarious. And yeah, the kids love it. And yeah, I love watching some of the stuff they make. I'm like, oh geez, this is terrible.
It's one of those shows. People say this about the football or anything. You sit there and watch, and someone misses a kick from 40 meters out, and so I can nail that. And there's no way they could. But in that Nailed It show, there is some times I think I can do better than the people in there for 10 grand.
Nah, look, I'm not gonna. Baking is not my forte at all. So yeah, I'm not going to say that I can do better than that. But if we're talking about cooking, then yeah, fine, maybe I can do that. But baking, nah, definitely not there.
I'm a big fan of baking myself. Being a single parent for some time, I picked up baking for the kids' lunchbox and stuff, and absolutely love it. It's good fun. It makes the house smell good.
Yeah,
from bread to Sunday pancakes is big in our house at the moment. But love a good, especially now it's coming into winter. I'll start posting some food pictures on Instagram. Follow up, like Eddie does.
Yes, yeah. So we can't beat Eddie's food pictures, but we can try.
I think I gained weight just from looking at his posts.
Yeah, I know. some real good food.
Yeah,
nice one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I won't give a Netflix recommendation, but I will give a recommendation for a show on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
For those who've watched it. It's Fallout. So
I've heard about this. I have heard it.
And it's based off the video games, Fallout video games. I personally haven't played them, so I don't know how true it is to the storyline, but I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. It's made by, I think, Jonathan Nolan, who is Christopher Nolan's brother, if you know. Which, I mean, not that gives him any more credibility, or it doesn't, but yeah, he's always worked together with Christopher Nolan. I think he's written, he was part of Interstellar, Dark Knight, all those fantastic movies, Westworld as well. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's sci-fi. It's a bit gory. It's a bit strange. It's a bit dark, but it's a great show.
Yeah, Fallout 4 was a game I played a lot of. It was before I had kids, so it was I kind of had the time and whatnot to sit down and put in like an 8-hour session over a weekend. And then Fallout 76, I didn't enjoy so much. That's probably the last Fallout I've played. But yeah, I have heard good things about the show, and I've heard it nods the video game very well.
Nice. I can't believe the first Fallout game was 97.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I guess I just never got into it for some reason, but there you go. It's not even a date thing or like it was, after my time kind of thing. I mean, I was still playing games in that, after that, but,
Fallout's one of those kind of silo games where, like, you're from when I was back in school, you're either like a Fallout kid or a COD kid or a Pokemon kid. Like, that's the way it went.
Okay.
If you played it, it was kind of all you about. My thing was Final Fantasy in school, and then I played Fallout when I was an adult later on in life. But yeah, Fallout 4 was good. I like Fallout 4.
There you go. Cool. I might have to consult my mate who is a bit of a gamer, so he might have this game. I'll check it out. Very
Awesome.
cool. All right. Well, yeah, that was it. That was it. I made there's something interesting today, basically like a show recommendation. But we did speak about this, didn't we? We said last time, we're
Yeah.
like, if we do see some cool shows, we'll talk about it because I think it's always good to share it. Cool. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you, yeah, hope you guys picked up a great set of options for $1,000 collection. And like I said before, please, let us know what you think. And if you would do it differently, we would love to hear. And we will, I guess we'll put up a story on our Instagram, maybe asking people to give their collection. I think that sounds like a good idea. We'll do that. And yeah, if there's nothing else, we'll leave it there.
Awesome. Take care, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us on Overtime the podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
You can find us on our Instagrams at Overtime the Podcast, at Kinda Average Watches, and at Horology Capture.
We appreciate your support and value your feedback. If you have any questions, suggestions, or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, please hit us up. We would love to hear from you.
Until next time.